do not watch this video. So, gaining confidence and self-esteem in today's world is becoming increasingly more difficult. And the way to counteract that is by starting to do what's. It's very simple to. Um, let's start over. So, gaining confidence, it's becoming very difficult to gain confidence and self-esteem in today's world. And it's actually very easy to counteract that. Mm, to gain confidence is by doing things that are impossible. So, by before we go into that, doing the impossible, we first must go. We must understand think about. Before we go into that, we must understand the thing about comparison. That people used to live in tribes of 200 and 300 people, and nowadays our mental connection of people is increased exponentially. That the people who we don't necessarily interact with, and that also is that today's world is becoming increasingly more comparative. When we look out on social media, on the internet, we see one 25-year-old who's making a family and getting married. We look at the other 25-year-old who's financially successful and making millions, and another is becoming an Olympic champion, and becoming an Olympic champion, and that comparisons. When we see those people who make constant comparisons, and those constant comparisons tank and harm our self-esteem. And your identity is a product. It creates your identity. It's not some temporary feelings you feel, feelings that go away in the moment, but they become destiny, because your identity also shapes how you perceive the world, how you filter out the information. So Dr. K talks about the girl that when he was 15, he met a girl that suddenly started with him and started talking to him, and he was very shocked to why this girl is talking to me. He was bullied at the time, and he had very low self-esteem, and it was very confusing why anyone talked to me, and yet alone this popular girl. And the reason that she was popular, not only because she was attractive, but also because very social and very nice, and as she saw that human being that who has no friends and just sitting alone, and decided to talk to him, and she was trying to be nice. And that was very confusing, that when your self-esteem filters out the information, when you get compliments, you you reject them. Because when you get gifts, you get compliments, you reject them, and because you don't believe that those are true. You filter them out, and filter them out, and what happens is, it's a very difficult topic. What happens is, when you filter out, is what will happen if you filter out all the positive stuff. You it becomes confirmation bias for your self-esteem, and which gets further, which becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, because further down, so your self-esteem goes further down. Also, our identity not only shapes how we perceive the world, how we filter the data that we get from outside, how we perceive the actions of the world, but it also forms our own actions. So when we believe we are someone, like we are gamers, we say that gamers they don't take care of their health, they don't eat healthy, they don't exercise. We say, I'm not a dancer. What happened is we stopped partaking in the actions that help us become a better dancer. Or when we at math, I'm not good at math, so we stop trying to get better at math. But I think about being good at math is directly correlated with your effort that you put in to solve difficult problems, instead of IQ, your inherent intelligence. It's not that impactful as people might think. So so how do we try to fix that? Is what we try to fix is doing the impossible. Not impossible for everyone else, impossible just for you. Because when we believe things, we believe that there are things that we capable of, and we believe there are things that we are incapable of, that are limiting to ourselves. And that's why we prohibit us. It's limited by our self-identity, which, when we don't believe something is not gonna work, it actually becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It becomes the reality, because it's like a nocebo effect in the medicine, same like as placebo effect. If you believe that the medicine is gonna work for us, we actually try to. It actually works. It actually helps. There are clinical benefits of placebo, and also nocebo. If you don't believe that you are, if you don't believe that you are gonna get the job, or when you go to the job, the interviewers will feel the empathic energy from you, that you are confident, and you are less likely to get that job. When you go on a date, what you're gonna do is self-pity, make it date a self-pity party. Like, why would you decided to go on a date with me? Why I'm not worthy of you? It becomes a self therapy session, and not surprisingly, you you're not gonna date. You're gonna get a second date too, because that's not attractive. Self pity is not attractive, and which is further which further downgrades your self-esteem, which is a self of identity. And when I say that you have to do things that are impossible, you have to do stuff that are possible for other people, but not for you. Because the problem we often make is try to convince ourselves like into believing something. You believe in yourself. Well, how could you be so stupid to not believe in yourself? That you're not capable of something. So theory crafting and convincing usually do not work for our brain. What our brain needs is evidence, is the experiences. So that the experiences can show up sense of self. And by doing things that are impossible for us, we start to shatter our beliefs about ourselves. And once you do think one thing that is impossible for you, you start asking, what else am I constraining? What else I am constraining myself from, which I by myself of identity. And the thing also to understand is you have to pick things, pick stuff to do that is impossible, which is simple, because our brains loves complexity, because it allows it to procrastinate and make it easier for itself. For a brain, it allows it not to do it and be efficient. Your identity. Is when you start believing that you're no longer held back by your sense of self, when things that used to be impossible for you start becoming possible. That's it.